Rows are doing pretty good. They're starting to fill in. A little bit of room in between, but not a lot. Another week or two, there'll be all kinds of pumpkins on here. You have to kind of watch walking through there so you don't step on vines. These plants have done real well. Fertilized them again yesterday. Considering some of the other end are already turning orange, I probably won't do any more fertilizing. I think they're good. We don't really need them turning orange at the end of July. There's 3. This is just one vine right here. Leaves get really big. These are the ones I planted at the end of June. They're not doing too bad. They got little pumpkins on them already. Those are Montana Gold. They get upwards of 60 pounds. It's hard to believe that that little pumpkin there will get 60 pounds, but that's what they say anyway. And that's it in this patch. We'll go look at another one. And we're back in a different patch. This is a neat pumpkin here. This one's called Knucklehead. It won't get any bigger than that, but it gets super hard. And it's more like a gourd than a pumpkin, but it'll last for a long time. It's what they look like when they're little. That one's rotten. Too much rain. Sometimes they rot. Little one. They'll fill out when they get a little bigger. You'll notice the leaves are a little different shape too. They're more rounded, more heart-shaped. Here's a good one. Their camera makes it look like it's yellow-orange, but it's real bright orange. There's another one. And this is the same kind of pumpkins all the way down that row. So there'll be 40 or 50 in there. Here's some different kinds. These are white with yellow stripes. They'll start filling in more when they get a little older. Lots of them in here at least. And that row there goes all the way down. That's all the same thing in that same row. And these are some kind of a white pumpkin. I don't know if there's any of them set on here or not. I don't see any. Oh, there's a little one. And we'll go back to the other end. Pause it for a minute. And these are called Lumina. They're a white pumpkin. They don't get real big. I tell you what, I don't know why it's so hard to grow a white pumpkin, but it is. It seems like they're doing pretty good in here. There's several in here anyway. And that's what's in this row and all the way back down to there. Most of these rows have the same seed in them. I went with the same seed until I ran out, and then I had to switch it to something else. And we'll pause it again. This is the patch that I had to replant this whole row. Surprisingly, the weeds have stayed down pretty good. I don't really know that there's very many pumpkins in here yet, but they're starting. It'll take a while for them to come on. These are actually planted about the 21st of May. Might seem like it is a little early, but you got to plant when you have time to plant and when the seed's available. And they don't look too bad, but I don't see any pumpkins yet. But the vines look good. That's just one plant. Nice thick vines. So there'll be pumpkins on these. It's just going to take a little while. And I haven't fertilized these in about 2 weeks. I was going to do it yesterday, but I ran out of time and energy. More energy than time. I mean, what else do I have to do, right? So the replants don't look too bad, considering that these up here were actually planted almost a month after these. So they look pretty good for replants. There's one little pumpkin started. It just takes time. Got plenty of time to grow. Got good blooms on them. As long as they get pollinated, we'll get something out of them. There's only 5 rows in this patch, but it's 85 feet long, I think, and there's 10 feet between each row. So they got plenty of room to vine. And that's it. Off to 2 more patches and we're done. And this is the next to the last patch. Vine them pretty good, still got space to fill in. Not too bad, really. Lots of blossoms, no pumpkins yet, but like I said before, we got lots of time. As long as the weather holds up. They get a little smaller down here for some reason. And these are called Luminous too. See how small they are? These might actually be a pumpkin called Baby Boo, which is a little bitty white one. which is good. White ones are hard to grow. Doesn't make any difference what size they are. They just are hard to grow. I've never had much luck growing white ones. I'd look at my stakes, but every time I put a stake in the ground, 2 or 3 days later, a fox or a raccoon or something would pick them up and move them. And these are a type of Cinderella pumpkin. I don't know if you can't see much, but they start out real little and they'll get up to, I've seen some as big as 36 pounds before. So they start small and they just keep getting bigger, and they're to the edge of the row already. I may have to come back and mow the grass down because they're going to keep going. The vines can get 20 or 30 feet long. There's a decent one. Decent start anyway. And if you're trying to figure out how big that is, they're not very big. And we'll pause it, go to the last patch. And this is the last patch. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I believe there's 8 or 9 rows in this patch. I have these all written down at home so I know what I planted. Once I found out the animals were digging up the stakes, I just started writing them down. So I have a little graph at home with a chart written out. But these aren't too bad. I wish they were bigger, but they're kind of on a slanted hillside, so sometimes that's not a good thing. It's dry enough I could run a tractor down through here if I needed to, but no more weeds. No more weeds that are in here. I don't think I'm going to worry about it. There'll be pumpkins on these in a week or so. And that's it. Till the next time.